Hello, fellow Rosarians. Thank you for joining me today. I am so tired. We got a dump truck full of topsoil that I've been working on today, and everything just hurts. I'm so out of shape from the winter. So it's a beautiful day today, and I'm looking forward to starting to do things in the yard and getting into better shape. But it's time for another unboxing. Today we are going to do two unboxings. They both came on the same day. Very exciting. But before we do that, look at my blooms. These daffodils just popped this morning, and I'm so tickled. And then the daffodils in the pots down the stairs. So I love spring, and I'm just so happy that everything's starting to wake up. So let's go ahead and get into our first unboxing. Today I'm going to unbox from High Country, and I forgot, when I've been talking about bands and in my previous videos trying to educate myself as well as everybody else on what is a band, I totally forgot. I bought from High Country last year, and I took a picture of the plants when they arrived, and I'll go ahead and pop it up here for you to see. When they came, it was my first time buying something other than bare roots, and I was concerned because they were just tiny little babies. But now I'll go ahead and pop up a picture now of what they look like today. So 1 year later, they really are what you would expect to see for a 1 to 2 year old rose, and they are almost the same size as all of the other roses in my beds. When you are buying from High Country, it is a very small business. You are going to talk to the same person every time, and I talk with Matt. He's very responsive to phone calls and emails. Website, it's very easy to use. You can scroll through and look at all of the pictures, so you'll be able to see the picture, put it in your cart, check out, and everything will be great. So when you're looking at Matt's website, he has over 600 varieties available. So there is a 1 year guarantee on the roses. And so that gives you an ample amount of time to ensure that they're going to go ahead and leaf out and thrive. So let's go ahead and open up a box and see what kind of babies I've got in there. I am expecting 2 roses, 2 David Austins. So let's check them out. The UPS guy, I picture like Ace Ventura. He just did like a drop kick on this. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my invoice, I've got planting directions, and one thing I do want to mention that is different than when you're looking at other roses is that it's going to ask you to harden off your roses. And you might say, well, what is harden off? And so they've probably been in his greenhouse for the past couple of months, and what you need to do is get them used to being outside. And so what you do is keep them in a shady location for, I would say, a week. And during that week, true hardening off would be to keep them in like your garage, and then bring them out maybe 2 hours the first day. Take them back in, still in that shady area. The next day, let's bring them out for 3 hours, and keep increasing by an hour each time in and out of the house until they can be out for a full day. So this is what I can see right now. We've got packing peanuts. I'm going to see if I can lift out these plants and still leave these bubbles in here. Okay. Okay, painless. All right, so I've got 2 babies. Let me go ahead and sit this on the ground. Give this to my helper bee to take from me. Okay, so we are in, they're being protected by paper to hold the soil into the pot. Oh, these are beautiful. Okay, so you know what? I think I've got 1 more rose in there. Now that I'm seeing the label on this one is South Africa, and I actually heard about this rose. Let me get a little bit closer here for you. So I heard about this rose from, oh, and it's even, oh my goodness, you guys, it's got blooms. Look at that. So I've got a bloom right here and then right here. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas. So I heard about this rose the first time from one of the other growers that I buy from, and we just got to talking like I told you I do. I'm silly and I like to talk for a long time. And so she shared with me that I really need to consider this rose, and I hadn't given it much thought because I'm not overly fond of yellow. But I'm starting to add more of it to my garden. And she said, well, it's not like when you walk past this one, it's just like a head turner because it's always in bloom and the color is so different. So I'm kind of picturing it like maybe Milano from David Austin. So I can't wait to see. And it looks like having these blooms that I'm going to get to find out pretty soon what it looks like. So let me go ahead and sit that one down here. So I think that I'm also expecting it's either Lillian Austin or Chianti. So I think I left another rose in the box, so I'll have to look in 1 second. Okay, and this one has blooms too. How nice. All right, so this is Lillian Austin. This is a David Austin, and so I'll get closer here. They're a little bent over from being in packaging, but I think that they'll pop up here real quick. So I've got 2 blooms on this one. So let's think. We also bought bands from, true bands from Rogue Valley. So these are a little bit bigger than that. These have 2 canes, 2 to 3 canes coming off of them. So let me look in the box and see if I've got one more rose. I almost forgot one little baby. Leave no rose behind. Let's go ahead and open this one now. So this should be Chianti, another David Austin rose. Oopsie. I want to be careful. Oh, this one's nice and tall. So this one does not have a bloom. We've got one stem, but looking very healthy. And so when I'm seeing the height on this one, can you see how this one's taller? I only want to raise one concern. When I was looking at roses to buy, I thought, oh, I need that one. I don't have it as part of my collection, and I love reds. And it wasn't until after I clicked buy that I was looking at Help Me Find, and it says that this baby grows, like 6 to 8 feet. I'm like, oh my gosh. Where am I going to put this? But hopefully I can keep it down on closer to the 5-foot level. But I'm tickled. These look great. Let's go ahead and read what it has to say about these roses before we get into the rack and stack. Chianti, it says, mauve or purple blend, a strong old rose fragrance, 50 to 70 petals, an average diameter of 3 inches, double cupped bloom form. It says once blooming, so I'll have to let you know if it truly is a once bloomer. So that is rated excellent. Okay, so Lillian Austin is also rated excellent, and it says it's a pink blend, mild fragrance, 33 petals, average diameter of 4 inches, and it blooms in flushes throughout the season. This rose is going to be 4 foot by 4 foot approximately. South Africa is also rated excellent. It is a quartz rose, golden yellow, large double cluster flowered in a large clusters, high centered bloom form, prolific blooms and flushes through the season with a height up to 5 foot. Let's go ahead and look at how it breaks out for prices so that you can plan your fall orders. Now what I'm doing with the prices, I'm going to go ahead and show you up on the screen so that I could do the analysis between all of the growers. Is I said, let's say I'm going to buy 10 roses from this grower. Are there any discounts? What is the shipping cost? So what is the overall I can expect to spend so that now we can do a rack and stack between all of them? So for High Country, they offer a 20% off if you're a new subscriber through email. The cost is basically $16 to $19 per rose. So 10 roses, if we use the $19 price, That's going to be $152. Shipping will be $33, and the total will be $185. It came through UPS, took 2 days to get here. So that is your pricing for High Country. And now when we look at the rack and stack for everybody that we've reviewed so far, it looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our 8th unboxing. High Country is the least expensive, and it comes in at $185. The next would be Witherspoon at $250. If we're looking at the roses that are on the smaller side, less than a grade 1, then that would be racking it against Rogue Valley, and Rogue Valley was $283. So this is $100 less to go through High Country. So if there's something that you're interested in from High Country, you're going to have a smaller rose initially, but I have no concerns about buying from them. I've done it in the past, and I've been really happy with their roses. Clearly, they're going to bloom not only in their first season, but in the first couple of weeks that I have them, which is thrilling. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm going to break out another video after this so that you can have them separately in case you wanted to do a search specifically on High Country. But I hope that you'll like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.